Hey everybody, welcome back to the Print 3D channel. Today's April 17th, and that means day 107 of the 3DP 365 project. And on today's episode, we're going to print out this Moai head in glow in the dark, so stick around. Hey everybody, welcome back, and thank you for joining me here for day 107 of the 3DP 365 project. If you're unfamiliar with the project, check out the description below. I put a facts section down at the bottom that'll give you all the details. And don't forget to check out that MatterHackers affiliate link. If you're in the market for a new printer parts, or if you just need some filament, use that MatterHackers link down in the description. It kicks a little bit back to the channel, it doesn't cost you a penny, and we really appreciate it. But for today's episode, we printed out this Moai head. And for this print, we used MatterHackers glow-in-the-dark filament. But before we talk about the print, let's head over to Thingiverse and I'll show you where to download the model. Then we'll tab over to Simplify 3D and I'll show you my settings for the print. Then we'll meet back here at the workbench and we'll talk about the print. Okay folks, so here we are at Thingiverse. Here is the Moai head with flat base. And there's even a line from Night at the Museum in the title. That's funny. And I'll put the link down in the description so you can download and print this one yourself. And according to the summary or instructions for this print, it says no infill needed, no supports needed, a 0.2 layer height is good. Now, I believe this actually does need a little bit of infill. Supports, no, but infill, yes, because the top of this is almost flat. And if you print in the air, you get sags and all kinds of problems. But either way, let's tab over to Simplify 3D and I'll show you my settings for the print. Okay, so here we are in Simplify 3D, and I've dropped the model down on the print bed and I've enlarged him to 150% because I have a gMax printer and I have a little bit of build height and I want to use some of that. So let me show you my process settings. Under layer height, we did a 0.2 millimeter layer height with only 2 top layers and 3 bottom layers and 3 perimeters. We also ran a brim by entering 0 in the skirt offset at 6 outlines. For infill, I only used 7% because I wanted a little bit of support when it came to the top of the head. And we did not generate any support material. For temperature, this is MatterHackers Pro PLA in glow in the dark, so my temperature is 202 throughout. And I have my 3-stage cooling system set up. Under speed, we ran this out at 50 millimeters per second. So let's hit OK, and let's hit prepare to print, and I'll show you how it's sliced. And this is a real-time slice of the Moai head with the flat base. And as you can see, I did add in infill. And that's only because I believe you need to have some support when you get to those areas on the top of the head. The other reason why I added some infill is this is glow-in-the-dark material. So I wanted the biggest glow I can get. And I thought, you know what? With a little pattern inside there, that might look kind of cool. So we made infill in ours. And if I drag this down to the end, and we zoom in here on the top of the head, in this last little bit here, you can see that my 2 top layers will come in handy when filling up this hole and completing the top. Now, if you didn't have any top layers, obviously you'd have some holes here, and not having any infill, this would become a bit of a mess because this is a very, very steep incline to the top, and I have a feeling you might have some problems with this print. So either way, our print turned out spectacular, and I'm anxious to show you guys the results. So let's head over back to the workbench and let's talk about the print. Okay folks, so you saw my settings in Simplify 3D, and here's our finished Moai head. And I printed him out at 150%, and he looks spectacular. I am super happy with the results. The finish on this is amazing. And this is that MatterHackers Pro PLA in the color of glow-in-the-dark green. So it's a really, really easy filament to print with. And I don't think it's going to do anything to the extruder. Even though the filament itself has kind of a rough texture to it, it just flows out like butter. I didn't have any problems with this whatsoever. There are no skip lines, there are no holes, there are no dimples. There are scars on the print itself from the layer change. So I'm going to call my guy Scar. And my gMax did such a stellar job on this print. This is super smooth, the finish is really, really nice. Even this really steep overhang where his chin is, that's really nice and smooth. Same with his big old nose. The little pouty little lip he's got going on, that little layer that I put down on the top. And I used infill, so the top of my print is nice and smooth. There are no problems at all with this print. And I really love this MatterHackers Pro PLA in the color of glow-in-the-dark green. I've used this on my Hairy Lion video, which you can see right here. And I think that turned out awesome, so I know this is going to look really cool once it starts to glow. But I guess the real question is how well does he glow in the dark? And as you can see, this glow-in-the-dark material is really vibrant. I just charged this in the sun for about a minute at the most, and I'm sure you guys can see this in the video, but he is really glowing. If this was a pitch dark room, he would light up the room. So this material is really awesome. Well, that about wraps it up for day 107 of the 3DP 365 project. I hope you found this episode interesting and informative. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, comment, like, and share those videos, and I'll see you tomorrow.